Today's Friday, March 8th, and the stock market has been trading for a little over 45 minutes now. But this is a chart review on a position I just took a little while ago involving shorting the E-mini S&P 500 futures, ticker symbol /MES. And as of the time of this recording, the spot price for the S&P 500 is 5,183 and a half. And since the futures market started trading last night, the futures is up 21 handles. So this is the 10,000 tick chart going back 7 days. And as price was ranging during this time frame, I've identified reasonable support and resistance levels via these blue horizontal lines. And clearly price has broken above this local support and resistance level of 5,152 and a half, ultimately hitting a new high of 5,193. So taking this as an opportunity to short the position, I am anticipating a pullback, possibly retesting 5152 at some point, either before today's close or sometime early next week. So I did take a short position. So if I open up Active Trader, my entry price is at 5,186 and a quarter. I shorted two futures, and since entering the trade a little while ago, it's just been pretty much ranging. It's either up $20 or down 20, so it's still early in the trade. However, I am anticipating a potential pullback to the downside, possibly heading into the afternoon session. So hopefully I'll still be in that trade at that point. So if my assessment is incorrect and price does run back to the upside, if or when price breaks above its current high, I have a stop order sitting at 5,194 to close out the trade, limiting my loss to $77.50. So this is it's just an insurance policy. So if I'm not at my workstation, this order would get filled automatically. On the other side of the trade, I have a take profit order sitting at the support and resistance level of 5152 and a half. So if I scroll down to 5152 and a half, that's a profit potential of $337.50. Now, if there's a strong sell-off, then of course I'll start walking my limit order lower, possibly or eventually to the next support resistance level of 5114. So everything's contingent on whether or not my assessment is correct and depending on the time. So if it happens within the hour, then I'll start walking my limit order lower. If not, if it's more towards later in the day, I'll most likely leave it here, and then hopefully I'll get closed out before the futures market closes later today at 5 p.m. Eastern. So so that's the current status and general bias for the downside. So I'll just pause it here and pick it up in a few hours, and hopefully at that point, price is below 5170. So I'll be back. So it's been a few minutes. So now the S&P 500 futures is at 5,166. So that pullback I was anticipating is occurring. And if I open up Active Trader, the position is now, well, for recording, it was up as much as a little over $210. So it is range bound at this point. So I did walk my limit order a little lower than where I originally had it at support. So if I scroll down, take profit is now sitting at 5,146, which is a profit potential of a little over $400. So I think I'll keep it here. Hopefully it gets filled prior to today's close. Otherwise, also, I did walk my stop order to my entry price. So I am guaranteeing that this is a risk-free trade. So here's my entry price identified by the zero line. So my stop order is sitting at 51.85, which is a $12.50 protection. So if there's a violent spike back up to the upside, this is again a risk-free trade. So I'll pause it again, and hopefully at that point I've been closed out at a profit of a little $400. So another quick update. Price just retested 51.52, and we take profits up a little over $300. So with another 3.5, 4 hours left in the trading session, I'm hoping that price pierces and breaks below it. And I've moved my take profit further lower. So it's sitting right here at 51.36, which is a take profit or a potential take profit of $502. So I think this is as far as I'm going to take it. It's much lower than this low right here. So we'll see what happens. So another update. The futures market and overall stock market is now 30 minutes into the afternoon session, and it appears the spot price is hung up at this support resistance level of 51.52. So I do have, so this is my markup here. So I have my limit order sitting at 51.36 for a $500 take profit, and I did walk my stop much lower than my entry price. So my stop is sitting at 51.76. So this is again just an insurance policy to protect the trade of any major move to the upside. So this is $100 take profit on the stop side. So if I open up Active Trader, the positions are still ranging 300 or so. So my stop order, again, just to clarify or put things into perspective, my order is sitting at 51.76, which is a $102 protection on the profit side. So again, this is now a risk-free trade. It's just a matter of how much profit this trade will turn out to be. So and right here is at I think this was $502. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause it here and I'll do one final check. So we'll see in a few hours. So final update, I am out of the trade. You can see here that price finally fell below the 51.52 support level, and I was closed out around 1 p.m. this afternoon. However, heading into this the stock market closed, there was a bit of a rally, and price was rejected at 51.52. So what was once acting as support appears to now be acting as resistance. So it's possible that heading into or ending next week, it's possible that price may continue working its way to the downside, possibly retesting 51.14. If 51.14 fails to hold, the next support and resistance level I've identified is sitting at 5,060. So it's possible that price may end the next week, expiration Friday for monthly option contracts at or below 5,060. So I was fortunate enough to have shorted the S&P 500 futures while price is at the very top. Again, this white line is just a marker as to where I took the short. So if I click on show trades, you can see here that my two orders were two different orders. The only difference was about 50 cents. And I was able to capitalize on that move to the downside. And again, I thought from the jobs data that was released yesterday, pre-market, which is attributed to this green candlestick right here, the volume wasn't there. It didn't look like it was convincing enough that the overall market was behind or in support of this bullish move. So I decided to take that short position and able to capitalize on that move. So it's just a matter of next week. Again, I'll be tracking this when the futures market starts trading Sunday evening. So if or when price falls below 51.14, then a further pullback is in the horizon. So that's the end of this. And until the next setup, I'll see you.